What's good? What's good? What's good? So, what would an extra $100,000 do for you in your personal business? You get results like this, get improvements over here and over here, get improved by this bank and that bank, right? Well, I'm gonna show you step by step on how you can get an extra $100,000 in your personal business as well. So, you already know what time it is. Let's get right into it. Welcome back to the #1 credit educational channel. Hey, my name is Dave, where I show you how to remove negative items off your credit report, how to build a relationship with those banks, and how to get to that money. So when it comes to getting an extra $100,000 in your personal business, there are certain things you gotta do. But it sounds like it's impossible, but it can be done as long as you're willing to put in the work and start creating a relationship with these banks. So I'm gonna show you what banks to create these relationships with. I'm gonna show you what your credit profile needs to look like to go ahead and start applying. It's just step by step. So you just gotta do certain things to go ahead and start getting personal funding. Okay, you might not get 100,000, but what would an extra $50,000 do? Or extra 70 or extra 40? It doesn't matter. As long as you go ahead and start putting the work in, you will get approved. All you gotta do is make sure your credit profile is all cleaned up and start creating a relationship with the banks and start getting this money. When it comes to get 100K in personal funding, it's all about relationship. It's all about creating that relationship first before you start applying for anything. And then you gotta be strategic, and then you gotta make sure your credit profile is all cleaned up. So you gotta understand what bank pull what. Does this bank pull TransUnion? Does this bank pull Equifax? Does this bank pull Experian? You got to understand the game. And once you understand the game and know the game step by step and understand what bank pull what, and then you can be strategic on applying. So you got to know, you just got to have the information. And I'm going to give you the information that you need to go ahead and start applying for these. I help my students all the time. I help my clients all the time. And if you need my help, the link is in the description show. But I'm going to give you the game and the information that you need to go ahead and start applying, because 100K can actually change your life when it comes to personal funding. You can go ahead and get 100K in personal funding. You might not get 100K, you might get 80K, you might get 70K. It doesn't matter. This money you can use, you can leverage everything. You can use this money, start a business, and start creating passive income, and start creating money, start creating these different type of incomes, so you don't have to be worried about money. So I'm gonna show you what banks pull what, so you can be strategic. I'm gonna show you what your credit profile needs to look like, so you can be strategic to get in this funding. So the first bank you want to create a relationship with is with Navy Federal. Navy Federal pulls TransUnion, and we all know Navy Federal give out high limit credit cards. So once we understand that Navy Federal give out high limit credit cards, we want to make sure our credit profile is cleaned up. We want to start building that relationship first. So what you want to do is start putting $20 here, $30 here, $50 here. We all know we can't just join Navy Federal. We have to know somebody in Navy Federal. So ask somebody that you know that's in Navy Federal already, or somebody in the military that you have, one of your friends or family members that's in the military, and help you join Navy Federal. Once you join Navy Federal, like I said, start depositing the money. $20 here, $30 here. Create a CD, open up a CD account, do something, create a relationship, build that relationship, walk inside Navy Federal, get to know the people that's, if Navy Federal is in your community, walk inside the bank, start creating that relationship with them first, start talking to the branch manager, start talking to different associates, because once they know you and once you build that relationship and once they see you on a regular basis, it's gonna be easy to get approval. It's all about, of course, it's about your credit profile, but once the actual branch manager can do certain things to help you get approved. The second bank you want to create a relationship with is with Chase. Everybody know about Chase. Chase got good credit cards. So create that relationship with Chase, walk inside the bank, build that relationship, apply online, and go ahead and open up an account. We all know they got that 524 rule, so you got to apply with them first. And Chase pulls Experian, so you got to make sure your credit profile is clean up on Experian. So make sure you create that relationship with Chase and go ahead and apply for them and become a member. The third bank you want to create a relationship with is with American Express. Everybody wants that platinum card. Everybody wants that gold card. So before you gotta basically apply for these cards, you want to make sure you create a relationship, open up a savings account. They have a savings account where you can open it up and create that relationship with them first, right? Put $20 here, put $30 here, put $40 here. Start building that relationship with American Express, and then eventually, once it's time for you to apply, you'll get approved. The fourth bank you want to create a relationship with is US Bank. US Bank pulls TransUnion. US Bank is an amazing bank as well. So start creating that relationship. Start putting $20, start putting $30. Open up a CD, do something, open up some type of account so we can start basically creating that relationship with them. Walk inside the bank, do what you got to do. Like I said, once you start creating a relationship with all these banks, it's going to be easy for you to get approved for these credit cards. The next bank you want to create a relationship with is with Langley Federal Credit Union. We all know credit unions are amazing banks. So to become a member, anybody can become a member. So become a member now. join them, open up a savings account, open up a checking account, deposit $20 here, deposit $30 here, do what you gotta do and start building that relationship. They do check Equifax, so just make sure your Equifax credit profile is all cleaned up. So just make sure you join them. The next bank you want to create a relationship with is Digital Federal Credit Union. We all know credit unions are a major bank, and they pull Equifax. So go ahead, join, become a member, start depositing $20, $30, $40, right? Every single month, do something, $10, $15, whatever you got to do. Create that relationship so when it's time to apply, you're going to get approved. Now that you understand what banks pull what, you understand what banks to create a relationship with, now you got to make sure your credit profile is all cleaned up so you can get approved over there, get instantly approved over there. You get all those approvals, right? So you just want to make sure your credit profile is cleaned up. And to understand what's really going on your credit profile, you got to understand what banks are looking at. So most banks are looking at the FICO score. So make sure your FICO score is all up to par. So once you start applying for these credit cards, you'll get instantly approved. Most banks or most people tell you look at the VantageScore. Most people tell you look at Credit Karma, Credit Sesame, all those different type of apps that don't help you get approved, right? So make sure you're looking at the FICO and seeing what's really going on your FICO credit profile, FICO score. So go check out Experian, Credit Check Total, and MyFICO. So when it comes to understanding what's really going on in your credit profile, you got to understand the FICO score. So the FICO score is broken up to 5 different factors. So payment history, right? You want to make sure that your payment history is at 100%. Make sure you never ever miss a payment. If you're at 99%, you probably get approved, but you most likely won't get the highest limit that's possible when it comes to applying for these credit cards. So make sure you got 100% payment history. Utilization, you will get approved at 30%, but you want to make sure you're below 10%. 30% is average. We excellent around here. We want to make sure you're excellent too. So make sure your utilization is below 10%. Next thing you want to make sure is your average age. If you just started building credit, you don't want to start applying for these different type of banks. You want to go ahead and start building and building and building. Make sure your average age is about 6 months or higher, right? Credit mix. You want to make sure you have revolving accounts. You want to make sure you have an installment account. So when the underwriter looks at your credit profile, they see that you have different type of accounts. They see that you can manage credit. They see that you can, take care of your credit. The next thing you want to do is make sure you have no recent hard inquiries within the last 6 months, right? You want to make sure your hard inquiries are at least 5 or less. I will show you step by step on how you can remove your hard inquiries. I have a link in the description where you can remove your hard inquiries within 24 hours. So make sure your hard inquiries are all cleaned up. So once you understand what your credit profile needs to look like, now you can go ahead and get approved, right? I told you 2 banks that pull Experian. I told you 2 banks that pull Equifax, and I told you the other 2 banks that pull TransUnion. So once you understand what banks pull what, then you can go ahead and simultaneously apply for all these different type of accounts. And once you apply, you'll get approved. So just make sure your credit profile is all cleaned up before you actually apply. And if you need any help cleaning up your credit, to get approved for these different types or get that 100K, watch this video right here, or go into the link in the description, and I'll show you step by step on how you can actually clean up your credit profile. And you can watch this video right here, and I'll show you step by step on the same thing. So I appreciate you for your time. I appreciate y'all for watching my videos. And if you have any questions or comments, just drop them in the comments.